So, how to properly angle your IS-6. If you're in combat, obviously, your thickest armor is going to be this side of your turret and these plates here. So what you want to do is you want to angle like this. I'll show you how to angle your turret in a second, because nothing is going to go through this. And even though this says it'll go through that, in an actual combat situation, probably not. Especially since from 500 meters away, that's a very small area to hit. Okay, so obviously you're still going to be operable if they hit here. Obviously not going to go through the lower plate, because that's stupid thick and stupid angled. They're not going to go through this, and I'm pretty sure that green is just a ricochet. Yeah, okay. Can't go through the sides, because this side plate here is 100 millimeters thick. They can't go through your upper or lower plate. They can't go through this plate, because these two are both 100 millimeters. This is actually even harder, because the hatch is 110 millimeters. And they're not going through that because this is actually the thickest plate on the tank, that is 120 millimeter. Well, the thickest plate that isn't the turret, but the turret doesn't count. So the hull is completely impenetrable when angled, unless they have heat. It's, 220 millimeters, 66 degree angle. 222 millimeters, 62 degree angle. You can't go through it. And then, greater than 500. 336. The turret is iffy. The only thing you have to worry about from the front is this. This tank has the most cancerous trap shot ability. Comrade, how angled should turret be? Make it super angled so that shell bounces down into 100 millimeter plate and kills entire crew. Comrade, you are genius. Russians. Everything has to be an angle, even when it's extremely detrimental to the functionality of the tank. Ooh. Yeah, I forgot about that. Gotta watch the cupola, too, because it's thick enough to set off fuses, and wide enough that by the time the shell travels across it, it has detonated and destroyed your turret. Of course, from the side, you're gonna have to watch it. A little bit. I mean, they have to be right on your side, and even right on the side, there's a chance that shells could bounce. And the log is technically like 10 millimeters of armor, so that counts too. The only way to kill the IS-6 reliably from the side is to punch through here, because this is only 100 millimeters and has no slope to it. Of course, then you got the rear of the tank, which even can be a little hard to penetrate sometimes. You see, 122 millimeter with 256 grams of explosives went through there and did almost no damage. Yeah, this tank is still fully functional and ready to kill you. Of course, then you got this. Whoa! Then you got this, these 60 millimeters, I think they are, 60 millimeter plates here, which everything's gonna go through. Yeah, 60 millimeter. So basically, angled like this from the rear is your safest. You gotta watch out for back of turret, because that's 100 mils. The top, you're safe from most aircraft, but being that this is 20 millimeters, some Germans will be able to penetrate that. And this. So you're not completely safe from aircraft. But usually, the only damage you take from aircraft is going through the engine deck. The next thing, going back to this shot trap here. This right here is 20 millimeters, and this is 100. So if anything bounces off of this, I think, let's see, even an M19 AP, 500 meters away, has 58 mils a pin. I've had it happen before. I know they can bounce down. Ooh. I could actually see it in one of my other videos. An M19 or M42 attacked me, and some of it... Screen for a second. Some of it bounced, like that. The shot trap on this tank is so stupid. So this can be penetrated by anti-air guns. And maybe not there. From the side and from the front, any way you angle the turret, because all these little circular... Yeah. All these little circular bits of the turret are just... What? I'm sorry, could you repeat that? Well, I mean, this was supposed to be a little serious, but I guess Russian bias and insanity from armor penetration is still here. Yeah. That just destroyed the engine. So yeah, turret likes to bounce shells back into the tank, which isn't exactly great, seeing as things aren't supposed to enter the tank. So next, I will show you how to properly angle in battle. So, how you're going to want to angle your IS-6. If there is an enemy directly in front of you, and say you've fired and it wasn't good, what you do is you just angle your tank and you turn your turret. Just like this. Now, they're still going to be right here. This isn't the most effective thing you can do, because your turret is still facing them like this. Now that leaves this mantlet section here extremely exposed and very easy to penetrate. So what you can do is you can turn your turret like this, because the mantlet on this side is much smaller, and this gives an aggressive profile much like this. If they don't hit perfectly where the turret side becomes the turret face, the shell is very unlikely to go through. But if they're at close range and they know what they're doing, they can hit you right on the bottom of the turret there and bounce a shot straight through the top of your tank. Now, that's not very common. I've played couple thousand matches in this tank, and it's only happened maybe 1 every 10 matches. So it's not super common, but it's common enough that you should not totally rely on your turret armor. But that's where the next best thing about this tank comes in. Sure, it weighs 51 tons, but when you can just reverse out of there at, 11 miles an hour. I swear it's 11. Or 10, whatever. Or you can run past them, because this tank has no chill. You can just run up to them, down the street at 27 miles an hour. And even off-road, this tank almost always reaches 26, 27 miles an hour. And say you get shot in the back, you can just do that. Tank is already angled and ready to go. Alright, so and go into a battle, showing off all the tactics. And I've been up-tiered, and that's a Tiger that just spawned in front of me. Rival heavy boy. Here we go. Now I'm speeding past them. Except I'm going to have to turn here and lose all my speed. This will outpace a Tiger too, in almost every scenario. On or off-road. Now, the tactics are kind of mixed up at higher tiers. Ooh, there we go. Yep. Yep. Ooh, baby. I love this tank so much. Just maintain aggressive angles at all times and you should be okay. Corners are your friends, as usual. They will do you no wrong. Ooh! That's a pattern. Okay. Oh, that's a Conqueror. Yeah. That's the one thing you should look out for. Conquerors and patents. So with that helicopter in real life passing over, hopefully not making it in, I'm going to actually, ooh, okay, okay. Well, that's always good. Well, good start. Light spawn, up tier. So, last match, Conqueror, Patton. That's all you really have to look out for. FV 4202, Vickers MBT, Centurion, all of the variants. You should look out a little bit for them because they can penetrate this tank, but if you're angled properly, even their APDS will bounce. Conqueror is just a little extreme, and a Patton has heat, so. Obviously look out for FE 4005s, because they will just annihilate this tank. Hesh loves slopes, and this tank is basically a driving slope. Okay, it's ours. Move forward. Walk around a little bit, make sure I'm not driving stupidly into something. Set reverse speed, maneuverability. Cut this way. See what I can go do at A. Everyone at C is dying as usual. It's to be expected from C early on though, so I could still swing towards either team at this point. Not sure anybody's actually coming this way. I'm gonna drive out here. They might be flanking along this side here. Not seeing anyone. If you're not sure, the first thing you want to do when you come to a corner is just show your front plate, obviously. And there we go. Enemy tank. I'm not sure where. Thing is, an M18 is extremely unlikely to be able to penetrate the IS-6 at any angle, except directly rear. There we go, M18. I know where he is now. He's gone. He's probably gonna come back in a plane and kill me, though. Of course, now I'm the only person left here at A, so I'm gonna have to stay and defend it. And I hide behind this train car. It should be the safest place to stay for the IS-6 this time. And you know, I knew someone was flanking over there. It's just how it rolls on this map. If someone doesn't come around here in a second, I'm gonna head to B. Enemy behind that building. Enemy front. Let's see if I can. T-29 series. No big deal. Gotta be careful with them, but don't have to be too overly cautious. An AA. Oh, that's a whole lot more dangerous. Ah, bastard. That's it. Got a guy behind me. I'm sure I could bounce a few shells here. Come on. Come on. Not from the guy behind me, though. He's gonna get me. Yep, here we go. Yeah. But that's just how it rolls. You know, I was safe from the front. He wasn't gonna be able to penetrate me. But when there's two of them, they'll get you.